Hello and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a deck profile for the brand new Incineroar EX, which is a pretty interesting new card, combined with the new Relicanth as well. And I'm pretty excited for this deck just because it can do a lot of different cool things. So let's start off with the Incineroar EX here, which has the ability that for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon, its attack cost is colorless less. And the attack for fire and 4 colorless, you deal 240 damage, and your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned. So the idea is that if your opponent has 4 bench Pokemon or more, you can actually attack with this for just 1 fire energy, which is really strong and really efficient as well. You know, Radiant Charizard has seen play because it attacks for 1 fire energy, 250. This is essentially 260 at least for 1 energy, which is pretty decent. Of course, your opponent can limit their bench with the knowledge that your damage is going to be, or your attack is going to be worse. However, the kind of selling point of the Incineroar deck is going to be that Litten here has the attack Reprisal, which for 2 fires, you deal 20 damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. Now, you might be thinking, well, that doesn't seem that good. On Litten, you're masking out at 120. However, on this new Relicanth, the ability on Relicanth is that as long as it's in play, your Pokemon can use the attacks of their previous evolutions, which actually lets Incineroar EX copy Reprisal on Litten, which is pretty good because, Incineroar has 320 HP. Say you get hit with the Arceus V-Star by 180, you're just going to go Reprisal and do 360 right back, which is extremely strong. So basically just means anything that tries to hit you will basically immediately die, which is pretty good. We've seen this in the past with success with the memory capsule on Gyarados VMAX that was able to copy Get Angry on the V. That was pretty good for a little bit, so actually got second at a regional, not with the memory capsule, but just the Gyarados. Did get second at a regional, so this kind of idea has seen success before, and Incineroar just has so much HP. It seems pretty cool. So you notice I kind of just slotted this into a Charizard engine, to be honest. We have the 2-2 Pidgeot with the 4 Arven, the Rodon. Like, this is basically the same thing. Except now instead of VIP passes, we have to play Buddy Poffin, which searches 2 70 HP Pokemon, put them right on the bench. Then this can search Pidgey or Litten. However, it can't search Rodon, which is a kind of big downgrade from Battle of the AP Pass specifically for this deck. So instead, we have to play 3 copies of Nest Ball to find our Rodon. This will also be able to find our Relicanth. This Relicanth is 100 HP. Additionally, Earthen Vessel, and Countercatcher, and Super Rod, 3 one-of-item cards that are pretty good to search off of Arven. For Super Rod, we're going to need to play so we can have enough resources. If we prize Incineroar, we're going to want another one. We only have access to 2 Super Rod, now we have access to 4, so Super Rod, pretty just staple card in a lot of decks. We also were playing a copy of Mela, which you can only play it if one of your Pokemon is knocked out, but it allows you to attach a basic fire energy from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon and then draw into your 6 cards in your hand. And I've kind of put this over the slot of research that was already in the Charizard deck before. The idea of research and Mela now being is that sometimes with this deck your hand can get pretty low. And Mela does allow you to refresh that, which is super duper handy to have. Additionally, 3 copies of Iono, 2 copies of Boss, pretty standard. And then we actually have the tools, and we're running 1 Force Steel Stone and then 2 different technical machines. One of the technical machine Blindside and one of the technical machine Crisis Shot. On the technical machine Blindside, for 3 colorless, you deal 100 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon with damage counters on it already, so this will allow you to finish off something that Incineroar hit. And then the TM Crisis Shot, you can only use the attack if your opponent has 1 prize card left, but you deal 280 damage. And both of these are for 3 colors energy, which means that if you actually attach these to Incineroar and your opponent has 3 bench Pokemon, you can actually use it for free, which is pretty insane. Crisis Shot 280 combined with Iono seems pretty strong to me. And even if your opponent has 2 bench Pokemon, you can still use them for like 1 energy, which is still really good. And I'm actually really interested to try and play this deck and see how these TMs actually play, because they seem really fun to just attach them to Incineroar and use them for free. We have 3 copies of Magma Basin, which will allow us to attach a basic fire energy from our discard pile to a bench fire Pokemon that put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon for a little bit of extra energy acceleration in combination with Mela, but also puts damage on your Incineroar, which allows you to Reprisal hit just a little bit harder if necessary, which is pretty cool. Additionally, this extra energy acceleration is pretty important since our opponent can limit their bench. Can be pretty annoying to get off attacks. 5 energy for opponent has 0 bench Pokemon is kind of insane. So to help with that, we are playing 1 copy of Double Turbo Energy as well as 1 copy of Neo Upper Energy as our ace spec. And I'm choosing Neo Upper Energy in this deck because if our opponent has 1 bench Pokemon, if our opponent has 3 bench Pokemon, then we can actually just attach Neo Upper Energy and pay the attack or our Incineroar's attack in 1 go. Additionally, we can pay Reprisal in 1 go. I guess you could technically pay Blustery Wind in 1 go if you need to as well. 1 copy of Double Turbo Energy, like I said, just for that little bit of extra, oomph for energies if your opponent has low bench. And then finally, 8 copies of Fire Energy. So that's going to be the deck list, guys. I'm actually pretty excited to play this deck. It seems really, really fun, especially those TMs. I'm really hyped on those TMs, being able to use them for free, which seems pretty cool. And that's going to be it for the deck, guys. If you guys liked it, don't forget to like. If you guys want to see more, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.